Well, hello and welcome to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Paul, and I'm joined by
Thomas.
whichever way you are on the screen. I don't know.
I'm actually below you at the moment on my screen, but
Well, yes, I know. Same here.
oh yeah,
But I mean, on the video, it would
on
be
the
like that.
video,
You'll be.
yeah, yeah,
Welcome to the Shallow Proclamation. If you're just joining us for the first time, you're joining us at a good point,
yeah.
because we are about to begin a new era of Doctor Who. We're about to begin the beginning of the Jon Pertwee era, the 1970s. So we're waving goodbye to the 60s of a whole new thing.
Sorry,
What?
you froze. You froze.
Oh, flipping heck.
Yeah, I lost you on. We're about to say goodbye to the 60s.
I don't even know what I said after that. I said we're waving goodbye to the 60s. We're beginning the Pertwee era. We're beginning the 70s. We're waving goodbye to the 60s. It's all something new
Yeah,
from here on in. So and it is a complete new beginning for the show now, because we're going to have a new Doctor who we've not seen,
yeah.
and
Pertwee.
new companions because our companions are gone. This is almost like when Tennant left.
Yeah,
And there's a complete change of team. Now, I don't think there's not quite such a big change behind the scenes in terms of people. There's a lot of people behind the scenes still there. But obviously, in terms of your upfront cast, everyone is gone.
yeah.
So there's nothing to connect you to the previous thing at all, which is quite a bold move.
Totally.
But yeah, so we're gonna get into this, because probably the best thing to do is to actually just watch it and get a sense of where we're going. So we're watching Spearhead from space. It's a four-parter, and it was originally broadcast from the 3rd to the 24th of January 1970. So, like I said, right out the 60s, although this was recorded in the 60s. Directed by Derek Martinus, written by Robert Holmes, who wrote the Space Pirates,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure you'll be super excited to hear. However, I will say that this story is generally considered pretty highly.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think it's great. The notable thing about this, just so you don't get your hopes up too much, Thomas, is that there was a technician's strike at the BBC TV television centre while this was being made. And so subsequently, as a result of that, everything was shot on film and on location.
Oh, wow.
So other than the TV movie in 1996, this is the only ever Doctor Who story to be shot entirely on film.
Wow.
Even when the series came back in 2005, apparently it was shot on tape and then mastered to look like film.
Huh.
So it's going to look pretty. I think it's going to look pretty spectacular.
And then it's going to go
don't
downhill.
get your hopes up for the future too much.
Wow.
So that makes it distinctive in itself, that we're going to see something a little bit different. We know that we generally like location stuff. But anyway, we should dive into this. And
yeah, but the dawn of colour to the regular Doctor Who show, that's a pretty big moment, isn't it?
yeah. So we're moving into a colour era here, which is pretty exciting. So we've waving goodbye to black and white as well.
Yeah.
So this is, yes, it's quite something for us, isn't it now?
And I can already see the hints of a new intro.
Yes. Well, before we dive in, guys, like, subscribe, put your comments below. Let us know what you think of this story. Join us on Discord as well. There's a link for that in our description. But apart from that, should we watch episode 1?
Yes. And if you've got any questions for our season 7 review, put it in the... No, I'm joking. We're a long way off that.
So, we've only got 4 stories.
Yes,
in the season.
the seasons are now getting shorter, aren't they?
Yeah. So might not be quite so long.
All right, here we go.
I'm excited, mate.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wow. Is it still made with the HowlRound thing?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, there we go. A face. I like it. It's psychedelic.
It's very kind of bold and different, isn't it? Like,
It is. People must have been losing their minds when they saw this.
that kind of thing continuing there is brilliant.
Oh, beginning with the shot of Earth. Picking up where we left off, he's been exiled to Earth.
Yes, of course. Which we discovered all of 10 minutes ago
Yes,
in our own time.
we've just come from the end of season 6.
Please. Urgent.
He said, "Unit officer, please."
Ah,
Stand closer.
unit again. Is that some fruit?
Just having it in colour is quite something, isn't it? Although in fairness, there'd still be a lot of people who wouldn't have had colour televisions at this stage.
Yeah.
So people wouldn't necessarily have watched it in colour unless you were sort of relatively well off, I suppose.
At this point, people were
Sweating.
probably like, is he the Doctor? Is this person the Doctor?
Yeah, that's him. That's
Yeah.
Wasn't I?
There's a lot of very sweaty people in this episode so far.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. There he is. Pertwee. So was he a big actor at this point?
He was known. I don't know how big he was in this, like, where you place him, but he was more of a comedy actor, I think.
Right, yeah.
Come in.
Hey. Brigadier.
Brigadier. Gotta love the Brigadier.
Rather amusing, don't you think? No, you don't.
I have an important program going ahead at Canework.
Look at her hair.
Security.
Producing invisible ink.
Very
That
intricate.
sort of thing.
It's like she's got a pretzel
Not
on the back.
exactly spies.
Then what do you do? Ready, sir?
So this is quite a good idea, isn't it, to have the Brigadier, a character who's already been introduced,
Is this somebody's
to
idea
sort
of a
of
joke?
bridge
Sir?
the old
Look at that.
to the new.
Yes.
Hot, sir.
If that is his heart,
Yeah.
nurse, what is this?
So instantly kind of making the Doctor so much more alien. You've got this thing where he's looking at the X-rays and going, if that's his heart, what's that? And now
Yeah.
the blood, you know, like it's not human blood and stuff. It's very well done. I mean, that would be absolutely roasting hot still.
Yeah.
Come down out of space.
Is that one of those Himalayan rock salt lamps?
It looks a bit like that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Please, Miss Hanmer should.
No, you can't do that. Come on.
Unhand me, madam.
What's happening?
Try to.
Unhand me, madam. That's.
It's cool, we haven't really met the new Doctor yet. We just sort
No,
of
not at all.
face plant and then roll around in bed.
No, I thought I might do, but he's a complete stranger. I've never seen him before in my life.
He recognises him.
Can I borrow a mirror, please? Oh, no. That's not me at all. No wonder you didn't recognize me. Oh, that face. That hair. Well, I don't know, though. I think it's rather distinctive, actually. Don't you think? No, you don't.
Oh, that guy. He's in a future. He's in a future stories as well.
No, is he?
Hey, look now. It's no good asking me.
Again, he
to get
pops
out
up
the
in a
way.
few things. I want to say something like Prentice Hancock or something, but I might be making that up.
With the rest of you get into
Yeah, it was
the
Prentice
report.
Hancock. There we go. TARDIS key.
There we go.
Who told you to fire, you stupid?
Oh no. Is he going to die?
And the next episode, Tom Baker.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the end.
Sure.
That was the Pertwee era.
He's the
you enjoyed
shortest
that.
lived doctor. He's the Liz Truss of doctors. Wow.
And this also is a different ending. Normally we've had black screen with credits rolling in the past,
Yeah. He's continuing.
but now we've got an actual. We've got the intro kind of over the outro now.
image. Yeah, that
It's
was,
almost flame-like, isn't it?
It is. It's quite hot.
Like a. Yeah. So, I mean, there we go. What do you think, mate? I mean, lots to take in there.
Yeah, it was good fun. I mean, it was quite a down-to-earth story, pardon the pun. Which I quite liked. It kept it sort of quite small scale in a way. You know, hints of things going on with meteorites and stuff, and those bad actors there at the end. But a lot of it just in hospital and with Unit, trying to figure out who is this guy. Don't recognise him, but he recognises the Brigadier. Yeah, it was good fun. I think it was an intriguing start to this new phase of the show, because it is a very different phase, isn't it? Well, I mean, that's all I've seen of it, but it's a big shift in lots of ways. So,
And I know, obviously, we're only one episode in, and we're not getting a sense. We can't really have a sense yet of the Doctor, but just initial thoughts on Pertwee from the very little you've seen of him so far.
Yeah, I thought he was funny. I mean, he was quite sort of like he couldn't really be bothered in a good way. It was just kind of like, oh, all right, fair enough. Oh, what do I look like? Oh no. Oh.
And he's like, well, that's not me at all. Like, I think that is wonderfully played, that scene.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it's quite charismatic, distinctive. Yeah. What did you think of it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I mean, obviously for us, we've literally, I mean, this evening we've watched the War Games, and then we've watched this. So the jump is massive, isn't it? From the feeling of the War Games to this. Now, part of that is because of just things we mentioned at the beginning, that it's all shot on location, it's all shot on film, so it's going to have a different feel because of that. But I mean, just all the things we talked about, it being in color, just brings, you know, something new to the show. You've got new. I'm pretty sure the music is entirely new as well. The credit, it's not just a new credit visual. I think the music's new as well, isn't it? You've got these kind of stings that go, and we'll obviously hear more of it as we go through the story in the Pertwee era, because I think it largely stays the same for a good while now. But there are things in there that I associate with Doctor Who, like the end there. I don't know if you can just maybe play that last clip of the ending again. Literally just the final seconds of the theme on the outro. Well, just listen to this here for now, for a second.
Yeah.
And just, you know.
It is slightly different, isn't it?
And you've got these little shimmers.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to kind of compare side by side this and the tune. And this hissing.
Yeah, it's a bit more ethereal, isn't it? And it kind of repeats it.
Screech, yeah. Yeah, but if you do that at the end as well, if you jump to the outro and just jump to the last few seconds. So again, that there's these stings that are part of it, which again have become sort of almost. Just cut right to the end. Just go towards the end of the outro itself. Yeah, just stay there. That'll be fine. A very prominent bass line.
Yes. Oh, nice. We're used to that in the modern era, aren't we?
Yeah, that I think is the first time we've heard that. I don't think you get that at all in.
Wow, that's a good spot.
But it's so there's something about that theme tune which, although it's obviously the same theme tune in the sense it is the Doctor Who theme, there's something I would be interested to compare it to the Troughton one, just because it feels more sort of otherworldly.
Yeah.
There's something more sort of. Just hit play on this and we have a quick listen. Oh, there are those shimmers, isn't it? Is it the same?
Yeah. It's not a million miles apart, is it?
I don't know if there is any change now. I'm doubting myself.
Well, I think that big kind of hiss that came in was new.
It might have been edited, mixed differently.
And then it repeats that last little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yes. Yeah. But anyway, for me, like, so I will say, like, obviously we're coming into the Pertwee era here. For me, the Pertwee era, probably now from 1970 through to probably for like the next 6 or 7 years, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. I think this is the absolute golden era of Doctor Who.
Okay, yeah.
And for me, the Pertwee era, if someone said to me, like, oh, it's a rainy afternoon and you're feeling a bit blue and you just want to watch some Doctor Who, what's your comfort go-to Doctor Who? I'd be like, it's probably going to be a Jon Pertwee story.
Wow.
Yeah. It's probably going to be something from the Pertwee era. That's not to say, I think generally that for me, the Pertwee era is the era I love the most. That doesn't mean every story in the Pertwee era is great. That's definitely not the case, but there are some absolute bangers. But I think just the general feel of the Pertwee era is something I like. Now, I will caveat that by saying that season 7 is a slightly different season to what comes after as well.
Okay.
Season 7 I always think of as slightly its own standalone thing, which maybe will make more sense once we get through it and come out into season 8. But season 7 is also generally held in very high regard.
Yeah.
As a season. So I'm excited coming into this. You know, it feels, not only is it exciting because this is a great story and it's a good era, but I think just for us, you know, the fact that we've done Troughton, we've done all of the 60s, we've done all the black and whites, we've done all the recons. From here on in, we're in colour. You know, this is another phase of the experiment in some way.
We've got good times ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And great here, like I was just on this story in particular, it's good to have the Brigadier back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I'd said that we've lost, I think I said at the end of the War Games episode that, you know, you've lost your Doctor, you've lost your 2 companions, so there's no one front and centre in the cast, at least, who is the same. But I'd kind of forgotten that the Brigadier is here and there's an overlap there. So that is a neat way to sort of bring, you know, into, hopefully people will remember the Brigadier. Because he did appear, he was in season 6, wasn't he, and season 5, because he was in the invasion in season 6 and the Web of Fear in 5. So, you know, probably he would still be in people's memories if...
The moustache is quite distinctive as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and I think it's just a great little opener. I'll be interested to see what you think of Pertwee. I think generally with any first story of a Doctor, you need to wait till the story is finished to see where they land, because they're often a little bit up and down at the beginning, a bit like Tennant was. You don't know. You're waiting for them to settle down at the end of the story, and then you go, this is probably what the character's going to be like for the most part. Whereas, you know, this episode, he's obviously pretty much unconscious for a good chunk of it, or a bit delirious. So
yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Exciting. Yeah. So, well, I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited, and hopefully people at home, you're excited as well to be diving into the Pertwee era. I hope you'll join us for the rest of it. As I mentioned at the beginning, do chuck comments down below. Do join us on Discord, and you can chat with us there about more things Doctor Who. But we'll see you soon for episode 2. Until
see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.